Hi there, I'm Dr. Rolanda Fabien, wife, mom, educator, veteran, wellness enthusiast, and I'm also the proud founder of Bright Idea Consulting. I'm passionate about helping you thrive, prioritizing your well-being, achieving your breakthroughs, and unlocking your personal potential. Here, we dive into practical tips, inspiring conversations, and transformative strategies to help you navigate life's challenges with confidence and grace. Whether you're looking to strengthen your relationships, practice better self-care, or find balance amidst the chaos, you are in the right place. So if you're ready to grow and create the life you always dreamed about, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. Now let's dive into today's episode and start building your brighter tomorrow today. Hi friends, it's Dr. Rolanda Fabien and I want to welcome you back to my channel. This is a place where if you're a queen who wears many crowns, you definitely don't want to be, because you want to make sure that you're wearing your crowns, but not wearing them all at the same time. And what we talk about here is we focus on making sure that you're living a balanced life where self-care is a top priority and you are addressing all the different areas where you exist, your physical, your emotional, your mental, and your spiritual being. So welcome. If you haven't already, take a second right now to go ahead and subscribe. Or if you like this material and you think it's something that everybody needs to know more about, share it. But definitely make sure we hear your voice by putting your thoughts in the comments. People, you know, if you watch these videos, the comments are where it's at. So make sure that if you have something to add to this conversation, you drop it in the comments. So what are we talking about? Well, today we're going to be talking about very simple things that you can do to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself. You have to take care of yourself, because you'll hear me say this time and time again, you cannot pour from an empty vessel, and the person who needs to pour into you is you. So how do you do that? Well, here's some things that I do that I hope will inspire you, if you aren't doing these things, to make sure you do these things, do some of these things, so that you can start building up your own strength and prioritizing your own well-being. Now, does self-care mean you're selfish? Absolutely not. Self-care means that you understand that you can't pour out and give to people unless you've taken care of yourself. You can't help someone put on their oxygen mask unless you are breathing normally yourself. So take care of yourself. This way, you'll be better equipped and better prepared to be there for all the other people that you care about in your life. You'll be able to wear those multiple crowns. Okay. So some of the things that I do that make me feel like $1,000,000, but don't cost any money, but make a huge difference in my life, I'm about to share those things with you right now. First, sleep. People say that we need an average of 8 hours of sleep a night. I'll be the first to tell you that I don't sleep 8 hours of sleep. I don't get 8 hours of sleep, usually because I just can't sleep that long. I've tried it and I'm usually laying there awake. So 7 hours is about what I do, unless I've stayed up really, really late partying with my friends or my husband. But for the most part, 7 hours is where my sweet spot for feeling rested. And that's the most important thing. Get enough sleep where you feel rested. Oftentimes we are running through the day and we haven't gotten enough sleep. We haven't gotten enough rest. Our minds are tired. Our bodies are exhausted, and we're just not feeling like 100%. So one of the things that I advise, that I hope you will implement as soon as you can, tonight even, is getting some sleep. Now, some people find getting sleep easier than others, but some things that might help you get some sleep is maybe turning your phone off at a certain time. I have a setting on my phone that says bedtime, and my phone will go black and white, and the sound will go off. Only people who are in my emergency contacts will be able to get through. And the reason that I do that is because I get notifications and all sorts of things all throughout the night. So for me to be able to sleep peacefully, I have to have my phone off. And I turn my phone upside down, because I can hear it if it rings, but I don't need to see it pop on every time something happens. So that's another strategy you can use. If digital stuff is keeping you awake at night, especially your phone, set a bedtime on your phone and turn it upside down. And at that time, wind down, try to lay down and go to sleep. Get on a regular routine. This is another thing. If you don't have a regular routine, then your rhythm is off. Your circadian rhythm is off. Your whole rhythm of life is off. Get in a regular routine. Get up at a certain time. Do certain things around the same time every day. That way you can get yourself into this routine of being able to get into bed at a certain time at night. Because after a while, your body will start winding down and preparing you for sleep. So get your rest. Even if that means if you have the ability to, in the middle of the day, to take a power nap, get it in. Recharge your body, recharge your mind so that you're able to do better and feel your best in the day-to-day activities you have or in the world you live in. Okay. So that's number one, rest. Don't sleep on sleep. It is important. The other thing that I do on a regular basis, I try to do every day, is take my vitamins. That just reminded me I need to go take my vitamins now. I'm going to do it as soon as we're done. But I take calcium because I'm a woman of a certain age and I want to make sure I take care of my bones. And I also take a multivitamin, a really good multivitamin that my body processes and it doesn't just pass through without doing any good. And I take a probiotic because if you have any digestional issues, you want to make sure that you're taking I take a pre and probiotic because the prebiotic is there to feed and the probiotic is there also to feed. It's to have a healthy gut so that you don't have bloated and you don't feel nauseous. And, I just used to get all these weird kind of feelings that would take away from my ability to feel energized and feel my best. And so what I would recommend if you're having a sluggish system or you're feeling bloated all the time, your gut health can definitely impact the rest of your health. Take a pre and probiotic. They make them. I can actually link some in my show notes that I use, and they have made such a difference in my life. My vitamin is a multivitamin that dissolves as I take it, and that way I'm not wondering if the pill that I took was actually absorbed by my body. I know that it was because it was absorbed through, in my mouth before I even swallowed. So it melted in my mouth and it went through my body and it gave me all my nutrients. I have my blood work done regularly, and through my blood work, I know that I'm getting the nutrients that I need because my blood work tells me that I'm doing fine in all the areas. I love to see that I'm meeting where I should be. In all the areas. So make sure you take your vitamin. The 3 that I take are calcium, are my multivitamin, and my pre and probiotic tablet. Not a whole lot. I don't take a vitamin, this P, E, and all that. All my vitamins are in one pill. But the most important thing is that you get the extra nutrients. I mean, it would be great if we could eat all the vitamins and nutrients that we need, but we all know that the standard American diet, the food that is in our grocery stores, is not the best of quality. So we have to supplement that, especially as we age. And so make sure that you are taking a vitamin. So get your rest, take your vitamins. I sound like my mom. So God rest her soul. Hey there, sorry to interrupt, but I just want to know if you're enjoying the show so far. If you are, this is the perfect time to hit the subscribe button and turn on your notifications. By subscribing, you'll never miss out on the practical tips and inspiring conversations and our proven strategies where we're showing you how to prioritize yourself, strengthen your relationships, and thrive in every area of your life. Did you know that most of our listeners say these episodes have given them the clarity and tools that they needed to start making real changes? So don't miss out. Subscribe now and stay connected to the community that's all about helping you grow and glow. All right, now let's get back to the show. Those are the 2 things that I recommend. Another thing that I would recommend for you, if you aren't already doing this, is to be protective of your time. We have so many obligations because we wear all these crowns, but you have to teach people how to treat you. If people aren't respecting your boundaries, then you need to make sure that you especially respect your boundaries. People do what you allow them to do. So if your time is important, if your space is important, if your mental time is important, if your exercise is important, if your rest is important, make sure that you let other people know those things are important to you and you protect that time. Set your boundaries and keep them. Start keeping your boundaries with yourself, and then you start enforcing your boundaries with everyone else. Okay. So that's another way that you can, it doesn't cost anything, but it will make you feel like 100,000,000 bucks if you just have people respect your boundaries. Another thing that I do that doesn't cost a lot of money, but makes me feel like $1,000,000 and helps me to wear the many crowns that I do without getting overwhelmed. Helps me to prioritize my self-care is exercise. I took my time to say that because oftentimes I get pushback on that one. Like people are okay with watching, getting sleep. They're okay with taking the vitamin. They might be even okay with pushing back on their boundaries, but the exercise one is where I get a lot of pushback because people say, I don't have time or I don't know how or whatever. Just start small. Okay. If you have to get up a little bit earlier, or if you have to carve out time, like maybe on your break to go for a walk. What I used to do, I didn't have a whole lot of time when I felt like I didn't have a whole lot of time to fit my exercise in. When I would take a break at work, I would take a walk, just walk. Eventually that made me feel so good, and it was so good for not only my physical health, but also my mental health and my emotional health. It kind of gave me a little boost. My walks started getting longer. I would do them after work, or I would do them early in the morning. But walking is only one form of exercise. You just need to move your body. You can also use weights. As I've gotten a little older, it is imperative that I work out with weights now. I lift weights to help keep my arms toned, to help keep my legs toned. I heard somewhere that legs are the fountain of youth. If you take care of your legs will help you to stay younger and stronger. I don't know if there's science to back that, but what I will say is when I focus on working on my legs, it helps with my balance. It also helps with my ability to go up and down the stairs, to move around, to stand on one leg. They say if you can stand on one leg, that's a really good indication of how well or not well you're aging. So oftentimes I do that little trick, to stand on one leg and then stand on the other for about a minute so I can make sure I'm keeping my balance. But whatever you decide to do, make sure you're moving your body, whether you're walking, riding your bike, playing with your kids. You could be actually going to the gym, or you can be working out at home. Some people love yoga. Some people love to do Tai Chi. Whatever it is that is your thing, do it and do it consistently. Exercise your body, because exercising your body releases that feel-good hormone called endorphin. And it also helps you feel stronger. It helps you be more mobile. So make sure that you're taking care of your physical health by exercising. So sleep, exercise, set your boundaries, and take your vitamins. I also want to encourage you to eat well. Just eat real foods, not prepackaged stuff, not stuff that comes from a can. If you have to have your vegetables frozen, that's fine. But more than anything, try to eat from the perimeter of your grocery stores. Usually on the perimeter, you have your vegetables, you have your meats, you have your dairy, you have your breads or drinks. Make sure that you're eating from the perimeter, and try to eat foods that are as natural as possible. When you look at your labels on your food, you shouldn't see a whole bunch of words. You should see very simple potatoes, maybe a little salt and oil. Or you should see peanuts, a pack of peanuts, you should see peanuts, right? Maybe a little salt. But if you're seeing manos or words you can't pronounce, fine, and if it gets too complicated, then that's probably not the thing that you should be eating. So be mindful of what you're eating. Be mindful of the amount of food that you're eating. Eat till you feel full and not till you feel overwhelmed. because food can do that, especially if you're eating a bunch of the wrong things. And then try to eat things that are natural. They're just that food. You will see once you clean up your diet and you start to exercise, you're going to feel good on so many levels that it's going to become addictive. And while I'm on the line of what we put into our mouths, like our good food, make sure you're drinking plenty of fluids. Water with a little bit of Celtic or Celtic salt. I'm not sure how some people pronounce it, Celtic, but a little salt, lemon juice, lime juice. I started liking lime water a lot lately. Put a little bit of that in your water and hydrate yourself. Staying hydrated is also a key to feeling good. That water, and you can use, some people drink bottled water. I personally like the pH balanced water with a little bit of my salt and my juice, my citric juice in there, citrus juice in my water, because it just makes me feel good. I feel refreshed and hydrated when I drink my water. Even if you don't see it, my cup is always here and I'm always sipping on my water throughout the day. All right. So you want to hydrate yourself and you want to eat well. And I would say the last thing that I would say that you should do that doesn't cost a lot of money but can make you feel like $1,000,000 is just do something for you. And that could be something as simple as, like just sitting outside in the sun. Or it could be something as simple as, I used to love to paint. So I would just take out a canvas and just put something on the canvas. Nobody gets to benefit from that except it makes me feel really good. And oftentimes I'll paint something and it'll remind me of someone and I'll end up giving that painting away to that person. But I've gotten my joy from it because I've painted and I've done something just for me. But then they've gotten something, some joy from it too, because they've gotten something that comes from my heart to theirs. So make sure you're making time to just do something in the course of your day that is just for you. All right. So if you're wanting to do things that don't cost a lot of money, but can make a huge impact in your life, make sure you're getting some sleep. Make sure you're setting some boundaries. Make sure you're eating and good, solid, whole food and drinking plenty of water. Do something that is just for you and make sure that you are just focusing on ways that will build you up. Okay. All right. So I hope this was helpful. I hope this has helped you to refocus and put self-care at the forefront of what you do. I know I said all these things and you're like, well, I would love to do all that, but I don't know how. Well, stay tuned. I'm going to do more content that's going to tell you how you can fit these little things into your life. Because as I said before, you are a queen with many crowns, but you don't wear them all at once. Okay. All right. Be blessed. Take care. And I will talk to you soon. Thank you so much for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the show and found something inspiring to take with you on your wellness journey. If you're ready to dive deeper and kickstart your journey into well-being, visit mvp.brightIdeaCo.com/free flourish. Take our free training to get you started. And don't forget to check out our store at brightideaco.store, where you'll find a curated list of tools and resources to support your personal growth in your journey. You'll find the links to these in the description and the show notes below. But before you go, be sure to hit subscribe and also tap that notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. Well, I can't wait to see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself and keep shining bright.